Hey everyone, this is Cheryl Gallagher with Body Creation Coaching with Cheryl, and welcome. So today I'm going to talk about reframing our body. Yay! What's that, Cheryl? Reframing the body? Well, so it's the language in which we speak to our body. All right, so some of you guys know I'm a massage therapist, and so working with people and bodies for quite a long time now, I hear people come in, I ask them what's going on, and a lot of times I'll hear people go, oh, this is my bad hip, this is my bad knee, my problem shoulder, and the list goes on. So sometimes I find an opening and I ask, hey, can we change, what's being said to the body? And they're like, okay. So if they'll say it's my problem shoulder, I'll sometimes go, oh, you mean it's your fantastic shoulder? And they sort of smile and they chuckle. And so I had a client come in once, and all she kept saying for the first 5 minutes before the session began was, I'm so stiff. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so stiff. I'm so stiff. I'm so stiff. Well, what do you think saying that is doing? I mean, come on. Yeah. But the thing is, she wasn't aware of, at that moment, what was being created. She wasn't aware really that the words that she was using. And I said, hey, so I was like, hey, can we change that? And she goes, okay. I said, can we say you're loosey-goosey today? Loosey-goosey. And she goes, oh my gosh. She just chuckled. She laughed a little bit. She's like, sure. So for the next few sessions after that, that's what I've said, you're loosey-goosey, you're loosey-goosey. And again, it made her smile, it made her, chuckle a little bit, and it started to change the energy. So there's a Japanese scientist, and I'm not going to butcher his name. He wrote a book, Hidden Messages in Water. And he didn't just write a book. He actually took water crystals. He froze them. And what he did, one of these water crystals, what they were in, he wrote words. So 3 of them was hate, kill, destroy. And the other 3 were love, peace, and joy. He waited for a little bit of time. He went back. He looked at these crystals, these water crystals, under a microscope. Now what he discovered was pretty, I think, profound. He found the ones that were the love, peace, and joy. Wow, they were beautiful. They were radiant. There were rainbows in them. And if you look this up, you look this book up and you just Google Hidden Messages in Water, you'll see the crystals. It's remarkable. And then the other ones that were the hate, the kill, destroy, they didn't look so pretty. They were dark and gloomy. And the shape wasn't, I feel like, it wasn't expansive. All right, so why is this so profound? What does this have to do with the body? Well, we are over 3/4 water. And the language that we are saying, what we are saying to our body, is creating exactly that. It's creating that doom and gloom, or it's creating the lightness and the brightness. So this video right now, today, is just about becoming aware of how you are framing your body and the words that you're using to describe it, whether it's in your head or to somebody else. It doesn't matter if you say it out loud, because even if you think it, you're creating it. Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you can't, you are correct. So if you think that your body is beautiful and it's flexible, that is what's going to be created. If you say, I've also talked to a lot of people and I'm like, hey, I do yoga. They're like, oh, I can't do yoga. I'm not that flexible. I'm like, ugh. and I just sort of look at oh my goodness, the language. And it's not that, it's just not awareness. So if we say we're not flexible, well, is that going to create a flexible body? And maybe at the moment we are tight. And we need to have a little bit more yoga, stretching, or whatever in our life to expand the body and to feel a little better. That's fine. But by saying that, oh, my body's not flexible, well, that's, again, what's going to start happening. Our body, you see, our body absorbs. It absorbs that little energy from the words, just like those water crystals did. And that is what begins to manifest in the body. We have trillions of cells, trillions. So every little tiny cell that you're saying that I hate this body or I have a bad knee, all those cells in that knee, we're going to go, okay, more of a bad knee. All right, let's do it. And I've learned that really what it is that just a lot of people, a lot of us are just unaware of the language. Now, you're in a relationship with somebody, so, and you began to say, well, that's my bad half. If you began to say, this is my bad hip, well, how do you think, again, the body's going to feel? How do you think the other person's going to feel? Do you think that they're going to be, yay, I'm the bad hip? Or it's like, oh, you know? So look at it in those terms as well. This is a relation that we're beginning to cultivate with the body, with it. And we need to learn and look at how we're talking to it. It's that simple. It really is. This is not a complex, body creation quotient is not complex. This is simplistic to the point that just look at how you're talking to your body. Maybe, you know, in the next few days, the next week, perhaps the rest of your life. Maybe now you'll learn how you're creating things in your body by just looking at the language in which you're speaking. Yes. Just with this, I want you to just pay attention. Just pay attention to what you're saying. And don't make it wrong. Don't, you know, be angry at yourself. Oh my gosh, I did it again. Oh, I said I had a bad knee. Oh my gosh. This is just about awareness. Because when we become aware of what we are doing, then we can change it. Otherwise, we go on autopilot and just autoresponder. We're just automatically doing and saying things. When we can become acutely aware of the language, then we begin to shift the language, which that's the next video, and then hence the energy. Cool? That's it. That's all I want you to do. Just pay attention to what you're saying to your body. Maybe write it down, maybe not. Or just, you know, be mindful of it. If you write it down, you know, at the end of a few days and you're like, oh my gosh, and you look, you might be surprised at all the things that are being said. And you have phones these days, so you can just put little notes in your phone perhaps, you know, whatever's easiest. This will be destroyed later in terms of the writing down if you decide to do that, because we don't want to hold on to those things. But we need to become aware of it first. If we're not aware of it, then we can't do anything with it. We can't change it. So just become aware, my friends. Become aware of what you're saying in this relationship, in this body, in that language. So that's it. Do that. Comment. Let me know what you think, and let me know how that went for you. I really am curious to know how, you know, much you said things even, you know, how much you judged it. And it's okay. Don't be angry or mad at yourself for this. I just want you to be aware. Bottom line. Awesome? All right, well, have a great night. Have a great day, whatever you're doing. Just become aware of the language you're using. And so the next video that I'm going to do is going to be about, well, how do we change the language, Cheryl? What do we do now? And you might already have a sense of how to do that, but I'm going to go into more detail later. So guys, have a great one. Have fun and play too. Don't forget about that. All right, bodies love to play. Take care. See ya.